DragonCon 2017, Crispy here, and I found our friend Tyler. Tyler,
how are you?
Thank you for coming down to our little show here in Atlanta.
It's amazing. This is my first year here. This is incredible.
Yeah. I'm surprised you weren't scared away from the stories that your friends who have been here before. So seriously, thank you for coming. I really appreciate that. Your first year, when did you get in? Did you get in on Thursday?
I got in on Thursday night.
Have you slept?
No.
Yes, that's the right answer.
Why, how can you not? It's so cool.
It's all the energy. So what kind of fun stuff have you been into?
Oh my goodness, just kind of taking it all in. I mean, the costumes here are some of the greatest things I've ever seen, literally. Yes. And just the environment, even going down the hotel workers. I mean, everyone's so excited that DragonCon is here, and they can tell I'm a newbie. Just looking at me like, oh, you haven't been here before.
You have the tourist look. You're looking up a lot.
Not after this year. Not after this year. I want to come back.
That veteran status there. So what kind of stuff, obviously you're going to be hitting your table, panels, I'm sure you got some workshops as well. What kind of stuff personally though, when you're off the clock, do you want to get into?
Oh my goodness, well I just like to kind of take everything in again. I like to kind of see what's going on. Yeah. There is a lot of creative people here all over, from people doing costumes, makeup, even I saw a couple sculpting classes, which I'm into as well. Yes. So I just try to get to everything. I mean, this book is full, so I just want to kind of go in and do a checklist and check everything out.
So that's obviously a first-year mistake. Everyone thinks it's like going to Disney. You think you can do everything in one trip. You can't, so you have to come back.
Absolutely.
No pressure on that. So obviously you've got this, I don't know if the camera can see some of your makeup and stuff, but we talk about your inspiration, things like that, but what are your fandoms? Like, what's the cool, like, do you have like a nerdy show or podcast? Like, do you have any of that in your repertoire?
Of course. Well, I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and it's a little bit too crazy right now. I mean,
are you caught up?
I am caught up. Winter is here, and DragonCon's here now, so I think it's really cool.
So I'm expecting to see lots of White Walkers around con.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe some ice dragons.
Well, I saw a bunch of Khaleesi's and Joffreys, so that was hilarious, going in the elevator.
Were there any Tyrions walking around slapping the Joffreys?
I don't think so. That would have been funny, though, right?
Yes. Costume for next year. I mean, I'm not saying that we, are pro-violence, not at all, but it's in the spirit of the character.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Game of Thrones was great, but what is there like a more like serious? I'm not gonna say serious. Game of Thrones is a serious. Look at me, I'm goofing up here, but like let's take it to the comedy aspect, because I think there's a lot of good quality fun in a lot of your work. Where do you dig into for the fun aspect of things?
I mean, really when it comes down to, I like to create things that are exciting to me. I mean, really for me, one of my biggest inspirations was Jim Henson.
Yeah.
I pull a lot of my characters that I create from his world. It was such an inspiration to me as a child, and it still is till this day. So.
That is a wonderful answer. As a huge Muppet fan, usually I have a Fraggle with me, but I don't have it today. So next time, oh my God, hands everywhere. So Tyler, I know we got a very busy day ahead for yourself. Before we get going, we have our random question. So let's dig on in there.
Okay, let's go.
What do you got?
Describe the monster under your bed.
I cannot think of a better person to get this question.
Okay, so this is how it's going to go down. Right. This is me as a little kid. So I used to have nightmares about this stuff, but the perfect monster under my bed would be something that had no eyes and maybe a mouth and really long, creepy fingers. I've had nightmares of this as a kid.
Are you describing Doug Jones? Let's be sure we're clear.
Maybe. I met Doug Jones, and he would be the perfect monster under my bed. There you go.
No, I didn't mean to derail that. I'm sorry, but that's beautiful.
Doug it was. It would be great to be the makeup man under that costume.
Yes. Well, awesome, Tyler. I want to thank you again for your time. I hope you have a blast here at the con.
I'm so excited.
And we have a huge puppetry track, so make sure you go see it.
Oh my God,
we'll talk about it after. All right.
Absolutely. Nice meeting you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All
and
right.
thank you, DragonCon.
Thank you, DragonCon.